all know how well technology works, when we don't want it to work. So we come from the little north here, where we have about 700-800 Edtechs, and we're talking about the Nordics and the Baltics. We work with the European Edtech ecosystem, which is about, I think, maybe 7,000 Edtechs today. And here's a little bit about the kind of work we do. So you'll talk more about why there is a European Commission logo up in the corner in a bit, and also about the European Digital Education House. But first, we, Educraftor, we're an innovation and development, already called ourselves a group because we're two companies, one analog and one digital. And we're weaving learning ecosystem globally. So we have Juhani, me, and I'm trying to kind of copy what we have created there. And then we have me and our academy manager here as well. And today we're bringing also some Edtechs that take part in the Accelerator with us, which we will, and you will hear from them as well. So we're what we say cultivating learning ecosystems, and our first client was the Ministry of Education in Finland, and they actually asked us could we provide some services about innovation in education, and I said, well, yes, that's not a problem. I have an Estonian company. They said, no, this is possible. Don't you have a Finnish company? And I was like, oh, well, okay, no, I do not. I went back home, I bought my father's company that was shutting down, and next week I went back, now I have a Finnish company, let's do this. So we did a series of 3 hackathons, brought stakeholders together with the ministry, and after that everything is kind of rolling. So we work with UNESCO, work with the Commission in several initiatives. Have you heard about learning ecosystems? Do you know what that is?
Yes. Whatever else, maybe not.
Yeah. So there are kind of several definitions of learning ecosystems, digital learning ecosystems especially. So we, especially in the US, we see that it's the kind of school infrastructure and technology around it. But if you look at literature and what is happening globally, it's bringing all the stakeholders around learning together. So we have corporations in there, we have parents, we have the students, we have the teachers, higher education, and all working together. So slowly we will eventually build something called an active learning society. But we have initiatives in the US, in the Arab countries, and we have been working with a university in Barcelona. So we see schools and cities starting to build learning ecosystems. Then how do we then weave? So we now also see a shift in how we talk about learning and how we talk about developing. So there's a lot about growth and weaving and co-designing, co-developing. It's collaborative and less about competition. So we have basically 3 pillars. We work with innovation hubs, we have different kind of training programs, and we talk about adult maturity, personal development, team development, all of that. According to new methodology that's been in use in Finland, but not globally so much yet, called team learning. So how do we as human beings, through dialogue, learn faster and better together? And then what we call ecosystems in action is kind of the innovation projects we do. Right. So the innovation hubs are catalysts where we have a neutral space where we bring the stakeholders together. So very often when we work in collaborative things, we sit at the university where university basically has power, or we sit at the corporation where they are the ones in power, or at the ministry, and the ministry decides. But the idea here is to create a co-owned space where we all stakeholders come together. And then the training programs I already quickly talked about, but one of the key aspects here is adult maturity. So we as adults, we don't stop developing. We actually continue developing, and then we talk about wisdom. but what are the different steps and how can we transport ourselves through these different steps? And when we do that together, it's much more effective. So we go from a sage on the stage to a coach on the side in about 18 months when you go through a program. And if we would do that for all the teachers, that would completely change how we look at education today. So ecosystem in action, now I will try to very quickly. So European Digital Education Hub we will talk about. Then the DigiEduHack initiative we will also talk about. So we actually have service contracts toward the Commission to work in these. And then the last one, Teach Millions, I will also mention later. So now I'll let it over to you, Juhani, because I've talked all too long already.
Thank you, Peter. Happy to be here, second time in Ireland. Great to be among the Learnovation community and seeing all of you here, so thank you for joining. I'm the CEO and will introduce you quickly to the European Digital Education Hub. It's an initiative by the Commission, launched in 2022. And the basic purpose is to enable multi-stakeholder collaboration, dialogue about digital education. What could we do? What could we learn together? And turn that into best practices, new knowledge through these different activities. These mostly run online, workshops, webinars, mentorships, programs, some of them on site as well. And during the past 2.5 years, this is the number, so it's a community of practice, over 500 people joined. They are researchers, practitioners, educators, Edtech companies who have joined. And today we're talking here a lot about AI in education. So when I look at the publications, some of the work groups have created outputs, recommendations, reports on how to use AI in education in a better way. Where we come in as Educraftor, we're leading the Accelerator program. So it's part of one of these activities. And basically, it was nice to hear from AWS. Happy to have a discussion as well, compare these programs. Handpicked selection of innovative solutions and best practices. This doesn't have to necessarily be Edtechs per se, so we are open to also best practices from, let's say, research side. And what do we do to support them? This is an equity-free program for 6 months. Intensive online coaching on a weekly basis. A lot of peer learning between these different organizations who are involved. Mentoring from education and business sectors. European Schoolnet, our collaborator, they support with testing, so providing these companies possibility to test in at least 2 different markets. And what we do here today, increase the visibility of who they are. Alumni network, these are startups mostly from the Nordics, Baltics, Central Europe. Happy to discuss further if you're interested who they are, what they do. Some thematic focuses we've had each year. Last year, AI was part of them. Not saying that this year we wouldn't have the AI-driven solutions, definitely do. But looking at from the hub as well, what are the topics interesting for the community of practice, and then using this to frame this program as well. And selection criteria. So these we've gone through, and for this year's cohort, 8 innovative solutions were selected across the EU. And today we have 5 of them here, and I'll give the floor to each one of them who are in the room. I'm sure you're very interested in learning more about them. Please pay attention, and let's leave the questions to the very last, so we can then come back to if you all like hear more about them. And I'd like to start with the local star. So, Joe, please join us.
Thank you very much indeed. Hi everybody, Joe Fernandez, founder of Early Innovation Tools and Intervention Stuff. Do you know which of these 5 children has dyslexia?
No.
It's okay, because we need to do teachers. And through our research, we discovered that because of poor assessment practices and generally limited skilled personnel in marketplaces and schools, it typically took the age of 6 before formal assessment for early literacy to happen for children. And early literacy is a key predictor of late dyslexia. Ultimately, it takes 5 years after a child starts school before dyslexia diagnosis might be possible, and even then 80% of those diagnoses will happen privately, costing me or my wife €700 to €1,000 in order to get our child diagnosed. In our solution, children play evidence-based games 3 times a year for the first 2 years of formal education. And these incredibly rich data sets feed our prognosis models, which allow an educational psychologist to make a rapid early intervention and diagnosis of dyslexia by the age of 6. Fundamentally, our solution is quicker, faster, smarter. It'll reduce the years taken and the costs involved by over 50%, and no child needs to get harmed in the process. So that's early intervention tools. I'll be doing a fireside chat later on if you want to come along. Happy to share more, but thank you very much for your time.
And from Ireland, we travel to France. Valentin, please, all yours.
So hello, my name is Valentin, and I'm here to talk to you about Fagerström, an educational video game that helps students to revise mathematics. At Fagerström, we believe that teachers are the best at educating. However, traditional methods don't always suit every child. That's why our main goal is to keep the students encouraged, engaged, motivated, and confident. We are supported by the French Ministry for our educational value, and by the CNC for our artistic quality. So teacher has their platform where they can pilot the game, while the kids can play on the video game where each island is a different mathematical concept. So the teacher has the possibility to have different tools as tracking students' progress, drawing their own learning path, and also having access to different resources. So if you want to learn more, please come to see.
Thank you. Moving on to Finland. Please. Yep.
So hi everyone, my name is Taina. I want you to meet Elina. Elina is an AI-powered assistant for early childhood educators. So Elina makes planning easier. It also improves teaching skills, as well as provides ongoing access to professional development. It also helps teachers to provide more personalized learning experiences for the children. 86% of our users have found Elina easy to use from the day one, and 76% find it effective. And actually, teachers also have found that Elina is improving the quality of education they are providing and leading to the better learning outcomes. So teaching with Elina actually makes teaching more easier, smart, as well as more impactful. I'm happy to show you more how Elina will support both new teachers as well as more professional teachers. So please come and visit our stand over there later. Thank you.
I think there aren't too many early educators here, but if you know from your networks who could be benefiting with this solution, please come talk with Tani. Next, going to Estonia. Jana, all yours.
Yeah, hello. It's Kostas Club, and we bring practical IT skills in the classroom for high school students. How do we do that? We integrate our program with school curriculum and place IT professionals from the industry in the classroom so they could guide students through the learning process. During our programs, we get learn how to build digital products using modern tools from IT, framework technology, all of that. And also, they learn how to be tech entrepreneurs and how to build and find solutions which are health and solving real-life problems. We're from Estonia. We're doing that already for 5 years. So we want something like that in Ireland or any questions and want to learn more, please come for us.
Last but not least, Lina from Lithuania, please.
Yes, hello, and I'm happy to be here. My name is Lina, and I'm happy to introduce you about myself. It's a digital career guidance platform for schools and for students. And we provide a smart approach to career guidance, and the power system was created in collaboration with Vilnius University. So it's a proven way to increase students' self-determination. Can I tell them numbers?
Good.
No, because I wasn't. Peter encouraged me to tell the numbers, but I can say that we have increased in the students' self-determination from 50 to 500% self-determination in their career choices. Because also we are talking about students' motivation, how to increase students' motivation to learn mathematics, to learn physics, chemics, or something like that. If the student knows where he wants to be or they want to be, he takes opportunity to learn all these subjects. And so it's proven way. It's created with Vilnius University scientists, and I can tell you that our product, our solution, is validated by Lithuania National Agency of Education, and already roughly like in the 300 schools is supported 10,000 students, over 58 municipalities in Lithuania. And you see, maybe there's some schools who could be interested to take opportunity to test our product, because during this accelerating program, we have testers from 4 different countries of Europe, from Spain, from Croatia, from Germany, and from Poland, but we do not have from Ireland.
Is it all two?
So,
Yeah.
So if you want to be our testers, to test our product, you just scan this QR code, leave your contact, and we will contact you. So, yes, that's it.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here is roughly the impact numbers of these 8 innovative solutions in this year's cohort. As you can read, reaching 5,000 members, and more to come. One can now say in this market. The hub is free of charge for you to join. If you're interested in becoming a community member, you can do this through this, and then later on as well, just by googling Digital Education Hub.
Or come and talk to us
Yes.
after, just outside there.
So I think we need to conclude.
Yes, I promised something about innovation pathways. So more and more we see how big global organizations are looking at innovation in education and technology in education and development of education from a systemic point of view. So we are talking about cross-border work. We're talking about taking best practices from one country, implementing them in another one. And in the European Commission or the Europe's case, we have several different initiatives. One I mentioned, the DG Hack. You can find that online. There is a whole spiel here, but apparently we don't have the time now about that. So where you can host your own hackathon if you haven't done that before, and you get support from the project to actually do that. So starting those innovation processes for learning and education in your own organizations or with partner organizations. And then of course we now have something called the European Edtech Alliance. So all the different grassroots organizations have somebody who actually has a voice. So we see these both formal government organizations and informal organizations getting organized about how do we work together. So we don't have to do it all by ourselves. And one of them is then, of course, the Hub and the Accelerator program. Good. Hackathon, teach millions how to do this education digitally, deliver everything through all the different Edtechs, and then get in touch with us.
Great.